Jaws. Jaws 3D is not very good. But characters. Michael Brody is now the star since Roy Scheider did not want to return. Honestly, even if he read this script, I don't think he would have wanted to return. Yeah, even if he read the script, even if he was willing to maybe come back for a Jaws 3, first look at that script, I would go, fuck that. But yeah, Michael Brody is now played by Dennis Quaid, who was 29 years old at the time. This is 7 years after Jaws 2, and now that 17-year-old boy you saw is now a 29-year-old man. He is aging up mighty fast. He might have a very quick lifespan if that's how it works. But yeah, he's in this movie and he's fine, I guess. I don't know. This movie sucks. John Brody is there for literally no reason, and he serves literally no purpose. He goes to the hospital with his girlfriend, who, you know what? That's a perfect segue into his girlfriend, who's also useless. Her name is Kelly, and she's played by Leah Thompson, and, she's a good actress, and I enjoyed her in the 3 other movies I've seen her in, but, she's useless in this one. She's useless. She's there. She exists. She is there. She doesn't even drive the plot along. She's just existent. She gets attacked by the shark, but then gets sent to the hospital and is never to be seen again. Okay, now more important characters. Catherine Morgan is a character who does stuff, who likes sharks, and she hangs out with 2 dolphins, a beluga whale, and rides a killer whale, Shamu, presumably. And she doesn't do much else. I guess, yeah. Calvin, that's his name in this movie. I totally forgot his actor's name. But Calvin is the owner of the park, and he is been theorized to be gay because of some dialogue and some rainbow stuff in the background, and I honestly wouldn't care either way because, who cares? But it's pretty epic. But it's pretty cool. There's a guy, Govna is what I'm gonna call him, since I don't remember his damn name, but he's the shark killer guy. But then he gets eaten, and he's stuck in the shark's mouth the entire movie. And then there's his partner, who's the one who calls him Govna. And he's actually what makes that guy's death sad, because that guy is kind of an asshole. But the guy who calls him Govna makes his death sad because that guy is just so sad that Govna died. So, that's pretty cool. I don't like this movie. Bruschetta is the shark of this movie. Bruschetta is, of course, I'm pretty sure a fan name. She has a baby shark who rams himself into a boat in his introductory scene. And he dies tragically because they put him in containment. And then Bruschetta also dies because she has a grenade in her mouth. I think she's got a pretty low kill count. I think one guy at the beginning. 2 robber dudes. Calvin's nephew. And I think that's actually it. She only kills 4 people. And that is kind of upsetting. That you have a kill count lower than the first movie. And you're 3 movies in. That's not how it's supposed to work. Even Jurassic Park 3 didn't pull that shit. What else? What makes this movie absolute dog shit? Well, many things. Story, writing. But what really sells it for this movie is the way this movie fucking looks. This movie looks like somebody stabbed your eyeballs and then replaced them with someone else's eyeballs, and they are blind. they have blurry vision, and you are wearing your prescription, but since, it's not the owner of the eyeball's prescription, you are now wearing, totally different. So basically what I'm trying to say is, basically what I'm trying to say is you got your eyeballs stabbed out, and now they're replaced with someone else's eyeballs, and now you're wearing your prescription glasses, but now it's a different prescription. That's what this movie looks like. This movie is only pleasant to watch for the blind. I would much rather be blindfolded watching Jaws 3D than actually watch this shit. Now there are a lot of effects in this movie. Some actually not that bad. But there are, like, an orca jumps towards the screen, or an eel also comes towards the screen. But those are the only, like, 2 good ones. There are 5 real shitty ones. 2 at the beginning, 1 in the middle, and 2 at the end. The one in the very beginning, in the title sequence, is a fish gets bitten in half, and its head floats by, and it looks dog shit. Then, the first human kill, he gets eaten, and his arm gets bitten off. And guess what? It looks like dog shit. And then, you know what? And no, I'm going to talk about it in order. The third one is this submarine thingy, and it is the worst one, I'm pretty sure. Except for maybe the shark guts at the end, which also look horrible. But then this one is like, because they have this majestic music as your eyes are are just on fire because of the horrid thing you're seeing. It's just majestic music is playing. Your ears are getting pleased, but your eyes are getting spontaneously combusted. So, now you must bear with, and even a part of the bottom of this damn thing disappears. This thing is so hideous that it starts fading out of existence. I was my DVD is a little scratched, so I was expecting it just to give up at this part because it couldn't stand that running whatever the hell that was so much. And then there's the scene, probably the most famous 3D effect in this whole movie. The scene where the shark breaks the glass. So they're all gathered together, Michael, Catherine, Calvin, some lady, and his nephew. And they're all like, how do they get out? Whatever, blah, 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 blah. Point is, the shark starts approaching. And this shark looks like they took a cardboard cutout, green screened it, and then said, oh, yep, we're good. Now we just gotta, make it look like it's floating towards the window and then have it break the glass in very shitty effects. Yeah, that shark looks like a goddamn cardboard cutout is just coming towards the glass and breaking it. And it is really poopy. Really bad. So, yeah, this movie is also just not good story-wise. It's set in SeaWorld, but they don't really use that to its full potential. They're too focused, too trigger-happy on showing you shitty 3D stuff, and yeah, you don't get much SeaWorld. You get like one pretty good scene of Michael running around and trying to get everybody out of the water as the shark roams around. Got a pretty cool line where, the coolest line of the movie is when, there's this guy Overman, he died. And, they're all talking about how there's a big shark, and it's like, because they find his body, and they're like, and Catherine's like, Overman died in the park. The baby was born in the park. The mother is in the park. And that's a pretty cool line. Honestly. Yeah, that's a cool line. Also, this movie has the biggest shark number because you see some sharks through the glass of the little restaurant they're in. And that's pretty cool. But otherwise, this movie sucks. It's a 4 out of 10. There's nothing worthwhile about this movie, except the music. The music is pretty good. Honestly, I think it's the weakest music of all of them, but that's no fault to the composer. It's just, the weakest by default. Not by default, just because, if I were to choose one to listen to. Well, actually, I don't know. That final music with the shark in the control room is pretty cool. But otherwise, I'm not a fan. I don't like this movie. Okay, it's a 4 out of 10. This movie blows. But now we're going to a movie that blows even more than this movie, and that's no good. This movie sucks. Why does this movie suck so bad? And now I gotta figure out how to get to Jaws 4. Actually, no, I know how to get to it. Okay, well, that's all for this time. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. I will see you next time.